Ambassador Zethko's 4 eyes blinked in rapid succession as she reviewed the attendance records for the 3rd time. The holographic display, floating before her crystalline desk, showed the same impossible data. Earth's representative seat had remained empty for 47 consecutive Galactic Council sessions. Not absent due to illness or political crisis, simply vacant, as if the humans had collectively decided that the most powerful governing body in the galaxy was beneath their notice. "This is unprecedented," she muttered to her aide, a young Centaurian whose blue-scaled features betrayed his nervousness. No member species has ever missed more than 12 consecutive sessions without formal explanation or sanction approval. The council chamber on Nexus Prime buzzed with the usual cacophony of 1,000 different languages and communication methods. Telepathic species broadcast their thoughts in overlapping waves, while the gaseous entities from the Helix Nebula communicated through controlled electromagnetic pulses. Yet despite the apparent normalcy, an undercurrent of unease permeated the gathering. High Chancellor Mordun, his massive tentacled form dominating the central platform, called the session to order with a subsonic rumble that vibrated through every translator implant in the chamber. "We must address the continued absence of the Terran delegation." His voice boomed across multiple frequencies. "Their silence violates every protocol of interstellar governance." Councillor Vexana, representative of the technologically advanced Rigel Consortium, activated her quantum communicator. "Our long-range sensors detected unusual industrial activity in the Sol system approximately 18 months ago. However, the humans erected some form of interference field that blocks detailed scanning." "Interference fields are strictly regulated technology," interjected Director Prime Clackstor of the Enforcement Division. His robotic form clicked and whirred as internal processors calculated violation penalties. "Unauthorized deployment constitutes a Class 7 infraction, punishable by economic sanctions and potential military intervention." Chancellor Mordun's tentacles writhed with annoyance. The humans had been admitted to the Council only 70 years ago, their rapid technological advancement earning them junior membership despite their relatively primitive social structures. They had attended faithfully for the first 2 decades, contributing little but observing carefully. Then, gradually, their participation had dwindled. "Sir," Zethko's aide whispered urgently, his scales flickering between blue and amber, a clear sign of distress. "Emergency transmission from the perimeter fleet." The main display activated, showing Admiral Koreth of the Outer Rim Defense Force. The grizzled draconian's scarred features were tense with barely controlled alarm. "Chancellor, we have a situation. Our patrol vessels are reporting anomalies throughout Council space." "Specify these anomalies," Admiral Mordun commanded. Koreth's image flickered as quantum interference disrupted the transmission. "Ships, sir." Massive formations of unidentified vessels appearing simultaneously across 17 sectors. They're maintaining position at the edge of every major system under Council jurisdiction. The chamber erupted in alarmed chatter across dozens of species. Zethko felt her own anxiety spike as she accessed her personal tactical displays. The data streams were overwhelming, thousands of signatures appearing on sensors across Council space, each one reading as a substantial warship. "Configuration and origin?" Mordun demanded. "Unknown design paradigm," Koreth replied. "The vessels appear to utilize hybrid technologies, some Council standard, others completely foreign. Energy signatures suggest human origin, but the scale of deployment is impossible. Our intelligence indicates Earth lacks the industrial capacity for such a fleet." Director Prime Clackstor's optical sensors flared bright red. "Impossible is correct. Terran manufacturing capability, even with their recent advancement, could produce perhaps 50 capital ships maximum. These reports suggest thousands." The display shifted to show tactical overlays of Council space. Red markers indicated the positions of the mysterious fleet, and the pattern was unmistakable. Every major Council world, every strategic system, every critical hyperspace junction was surrounded by human warships maintaining perfect formation at the edge of weapons range. "They're not attacking," observed Councillor Vexana, her cybernetic implants processing the tactical data. "Maintaining standard non-aggression distances, but the positioning is clearly intentional. They've surrounded us." Ambassador Zethko accessed her personal communication array, sending priority signals toward Earth. Every message bounced back with the same automated response: the terror. Federation is currently restructuring its diplomatic protocols. Please stand by for updated contact procedures. How long have they been planning this? She whispered. The answer came from an unexpected source. The chamber's main communication array, activated without authorization, bypassing every security protocol. A human face appeared on the display, middle-aged, unremarkable except for the absolute confidence in his eyes. "Greetings, Galactic Council," the human said in accented but fluent galactic standard. "I am Admiral Marcus Chen, speaking on behalf of the Terran Federation and its colonial territories." Chancellor Mordun's tentacles coiled with rage. "This is a violation of protocols we never agreed to follow," Chen interrupted smoothly. "Our membership in this council was conditional, Ambassador. We agreed to observe, to learn, and to contribute when appropriate. We never surrendered our sovereignty." "Colonial territories." Vexana's voice carried a note of disbelief. "Human expansion has been limited to 3 systems under Council oversight." Chen smiled, an expression that somehow conveyed both amusement and menace. "That was 47 sessions ago, Councillor. We've been rather busy during our absence." The tactical display, updated with new information streaming from long-range sensors. The data was staggering. Human settlements across dozens of previously unknown systems, massive industrial complexes, entire worlds transformed into manufacturing centers. The humans hadn't just been absent from council meetings, they'd been building an empire in the shadows. "While you've been debating regulations and territorial disputes," Chen continued, "we've been establishing a network of colonies, allies, and defensive positions across this entire spiral arm. The 1,000-ship fleets you're detecting? They're merely our local patrol squadrons." Director Prime Claxtor's processors worked frantically to analyze the implications. "This represents the largest unauthorized expansion in galactic history. The resource requirements alone were met through partnerships with 17 non-council species," Chen replied. "Civilizations that your organization deemed unready for galactic citizenship. They were quite eager to trade resources for technology and protection from council interference." The chamber fell silent as the magnitude of the human strategy became clear. While the council had focused on managing existing member species, the humans had been quietly building alliances with every civilization the council had overlooked or dismissed. "What do you want?" Chancellor Mordun asked, his voice heavy with the weight of political reality. Chen's expression grew serious. "Recognition of Terran Federation sovereignty over our expanded territories. Formal acknowledgement of our non-council allies as independent entities. And most importantly, restructuring of council voting procedures to account for new realities." Ambassador Zethko realized with growing horror that the humans hadn't just skipped council meetings, they'd used that time to fundamentally alter the balance of power in the galaxy. The empty chair in their delegation hadn't been abandonment, it had been strategy. "You're holding the entire council hostage," she breathed. "We're ensuring fair representation," Chen corrected. "The same thing any species would do when faced with a governing body that no longer serves their interests." The tactical display showed the truth of his words. Every council world was surrounded, every strategic asset contained. The humans had turned their absence into advantage, and now the stars themselves were their negotiating table.